Welcome back, family. I'm no chef, but I be cooking and sometimes baking. Y'all know I have a crazy sweet tooth, so today we're making vegan peach fritters. I'm gonna walk y'all through step by step on how I make it. So if you want to know all my secrets on how to make these delicious, watch this video to the end. Now let's get started. First things first, grab a large mixing bowl. You're gonna add in 1 cup of warm water. Make sure the water is not too hot because then you'll kill the yeast. Then you're gonna add in 1 pack of active dry yeast, 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar, half a cup of all-purpose flour, and you're going to whisk this up until fully combined. Then you're going to set this aside to activate for about 10 minutes. It should get foamy and bubbly. Then you're going to need 2 medium to large peaches, and you're going to cut them up into small cubes. Put those in a bowl and just set aside for later. The yeast should be activated at this point, should look something like this. We're gonna add in 2 tablespoons of softened vegan butter, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, half a teaspoon of salt. Then grab your whisk or a spoon and mix this up until fully combined. Then we're going to proceed to add in the flour 1 cup at a time. This is all-purpose flour, unbleached all-purpose flour, of course. Then when most of the dry spots are gone, you add in the other cup, and so on and so forth. Last but not least, we're going to add in the last cup of the all-purpose flour. Work it in with the spoon again. This part can get a little difficult, so don't be afraid to use your hands if you want to. As you can see, I decided to use my hands because I just feel like this is a lot easier to work all that flour into the dough. Then we're going to add the dough to a clean surface. No need to sprinkle flour on it, and we're going to knead it for about 10 minutes. If you have a standing mixer, then that's cool. That makes your job a lot easier. You can use that as well, and the time will probably be half of what it takes to do it by hand. So about 5 minutes with the standing mixer. And once the dough is nice and soft and smooth, you're gonna roll it into a ball. Put it back into that same bowl. Then you're gonna cover it with a kitchen towel for about an hour to rise and double in size. Hour is passed, so remove the kitchen towel, punch the air out, sprinkle some flour over a clean surface, pour out your dough, sprinkle some flour over the top. Then you're going to use both of your hands to flatten this out into a 1-inch thick square. Then flour a pizza cutter and you're going to make 4 even strips. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. That way you make these into small squares. You're going to keep cutting each square in half until you have these little small, tiny squares. That's what we're going to make our fritters with. Use any process you want, but this is the way I chose to do it because I feel like with the pizza cutter it was easier than using a knife. Then when you get tiny squares like this, you're going to separate these into like 9 different sections. I think I had about 7 or 8 tiny squares for each section. Take half of the dough squares from one section, pull them apart, then lay them out so that they're touching on a floured baking sheet. And then you're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of the diced peaches. And take the other half of the squares and lay them on top all over. Something like this. Then you're gonna take your hands and kind of squeeze them together just so that the fritter stays together and it's not falling apart. This gives us the typical fritter look. Same thing, lay out some of the dough pieces, make sure they're touching. Just like this. Add some of the peaches to the top of that. Place the other dough on top. Squeeze it together with our hands just so it stays together, and we have our fritters. Now, to keep these separate while they rise, I'm using these little small sauce containers in the tops of my son cups just to have some separation so that the fritters don't conjoin together when they grow in size. And we're going to cover that for another hour for them to double in size. When they're done, they should be a little bit bigger and really fluffy. Then we're gonna drop them in some 350-degree avocado oil and cook them for about 1.5 minutes on each side until nice and golden brown. Now that's a perfect color. I normally always overcook my pastries just a little bit, but this is the perfect golden brown color right there. Then we're gonna place them on a wire rack to cool and let some of that oil drain out down onto a paper towel. Now we're gonna make our glaze with 1 1/4 cups of powdered sugar, 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and about 2 tablespoons of plant milk. We're gonna mix this until nice and smooth in our glaze form. You can make this as thick or thin as you want it. This is the perfect consistency, I think, right here. Now you can either dip your peach fritters in the glaze or you can drizzle it over the top just like this. Add as much or as little as you want. These look absolutely amazing. I can't wait to taste them. And of course, this is the part of the video where I make y'all want to lick y'all screen. So our vegan peach fritters are done. They look and smell amazing. Only thing left to do is to taste them. Super soft, airy on the inside, a slight crisp on the outside. Kind of remind me of a donut. I get this a 15 out of 10. Super easy recipe. Takes quite a while because you have to let the dough rise a couple times. But other than that, you can't go wrong with this recipe. 15 out of 10. Don't take my word for it. Try this recipe out for yourself. Let me know in the comments how it turns out. Let me know any recipe or video suggestions you have in the comments as well. Also, thank you for your support. But if you want to support me even more, go to my website, Plantbasedbrandon.com. I'm no chef, but I'll be cooking merch on there. Aprons, t-shirts, hoodies, and my ebook is on there as well. I love y'all. Thank you for watching.